Former President John Kufuor has scored the Kufuor-led administration 50% for its performance in office. Speaking to host of Super Morning Show Daniel Dazi, President Kufuor said the challenges confronting the government are enormous and needs time to be solved. He also cited unemployment and stable oil prices as key challenges confronting the Kufuor administration.
They have a plate full of challenges which they're trying to tackle radically. But given the time limits to them, it's not easy. But I believe they've taken some very far-reaching steps, which should be appreciated. What with the free SHS is radical and positive. And I see that they're talking of macroeconomic decisions too. The Ministry of Finance is also doing something. They've tried to work with the IMF and not accessing credits indiscriminately. They've used the bond market with some deftness and some profit. But it's still not easy because there's so much unemployment in the system. The international crude oil market, hasn't played too favorably in the direction of what the government really wants to do. But I still think they've managed. But point is, whereas to the generality of the people, the grassroots, say if you go to our markets, the market woman would assess the situation by the day. I go to sell today, people are not buying. That's what decides the market woman. Or the trotro driver who goes to the filling station and then he doesn't see the ex-pump price going down, all his eyes marked up a bit, and but this government, we thought it was coming to reduce. The trotro driver wouldn't look at the international markets of crude. These things are factored in. They wouldn't understand immediately that the government must think not only of now, but medium to long term as well. And that trying to manage macroeconomy would entail discipline. They have some difficult decisions to take. But when you put everything together and you factor in the time factor and the impact government must make not only within but also externally, I would say on balance, government is not doing too badly, doing well.
Okay. Out of 10, you would score them?
Oh, definitely within the time frame, I would say it's over 50%.
Former President Kufuor speaking to Daniel Dazi. Well, what does he think about the free SHS policy? Listen.
Policies come in rounded. Along the way, without losing the targets, you tweak here and tweak there to get it right. I've heard the argument that those who could pay should be made to pay. If you have just 1 year or two to launch such a program, how do you make yourself the time to say, oh, Mr. A, I look at you, the car, the way you are dressed, you should be able to pay. Mr. B doesn't look as smart as you, so perhaps he's the guy whose children should go scot-free. Everything should be laid on for them. It won't work. But the whole idea is to move our economy or the people, not society, to the point where literacy becomes the culture, the order of the day for everybody to. So government comes in with this holistic approach. Well, free SHS. But then along the way should be the managers of the policy Ministry of Finance, Education, to see how do we ensure that those who can truly afford contribute, so we get sustainability to look after. And I believe in due course we will get to know that. But if the government has started off being nitpicking, those who can afford to pay, what do you look? The informal sector of the economy is far bigger than the formal. With the formal, it's easy. Civil servants, the people in the corporate world, you can easily target them. How do you assess the people in our markets, the traditional markets, for instance?
Former President John Kufuor there speaking to Daniel Dazi. Well, depending on where you sit, you say the glass is half empty or half full, because he says he's scoring the administration 50%. So watching the polls with me, Gifty and Doppy.